There are not too many original sources about how the paper cartridges were rolled in the late. The process starts with rolling the paper on a mandrel or on the ramrod of the pistol and then folding one end. Please note that the form of the paper is my invention, it is not supported with any historical sources. Now comes the powder charge, that the case will be tied with a string above the charge. One string is tied above the powder. And one string above the lead round ball to hold the projectile in place. I have a strong feeling that Crusoe never rolled any cartridges. He was rather a scholar than a soldier, as the process seems to be written backwards. It is much more convenient to add the powder later and fold the cartridge as the last step. Using a paper cartridge was a common practice already in the wrapping the wall in paper resulted a battle seal and a tighter fit. Let's see if it could contribute to the accuracy of my pistol. One thing for sure, it was more convenient to load the pistol this way. The bullet left the bore with 307. I had to use the barrel for aiming. To have a hit in the middle, I had to aim to the bottom edge of the target. I was surprised to see that without any patching, the heavily undersized ball was still kind of accurate. The first slug impacted with the side and transferred all the energy to the block in a very short distance. As the block has two sides, I had one more chance to catch a bullet impacting with the point as well. And I was lucky. The second bullet hit the block just as I wished for. The side impact left a dreadful entrance wound that was longer than the bullet itself. It was also interesting to see that the front of the block was decorated with unburnt and burnt powder and paper particles. The second impact had a much smaller entrance wound, same size as the round ball, but penetrated much deeper in the gelatin. It is interesting to examine the two fired slugs on the right. Their edges are grinded by the bore of the pistol. They also lost some 7 to 8% of their original weight due to this grinding effect. The repro does not really change the practical combat distance. The pistol is equipped with a steel belt hook, which was commonly removed from the gun, as the primary storage were the holsters attached to the saddle. The ramrod is steel also, and it is kept in the hole drilled into the brass frame. The caliber of the 189mm long barrel was 17.1mm, and it is not rifled, of course. The pistol originally fired a 16.5mm lead round ball weighing 27 grams. For my historical shooting session, I made some paper cartridges to replicate the original loading method. I loaded them with 60 grains of musket powder. The firing mechanism of the pistol shows some interesting features also. Just as on the other members of the 1777 family, the pen closes an angle with the barrel axis to ease the loading. The position of the frizzen spring is also interesting. It is in a reverse position compared to other contemporary Marshall pistols. The Palmetto copy is the only one you can find on the market today. The overall quality is fine, not up to the highest levels, but with a little magic touch you will have an... If you check the cavalry instructions of any of the armies of the Napoleonic times, you will find a maximum range of 20 paces or 50 meters for a cavalry pistol, which is already an over-optimistic number, as even today the standard combat distance for a pistol is not more than 8 meters. If you add the lack of sights, the smoothbore and the loose-fitting bullet, you can be sure that 8 meters can be a challenge in combat for the 1777 pistol. But as I am not a soldier, but a target shooter, I started my work at the standard 25 meters. The bore was 0.6 mm smaller than the bore. That made the loading easy even if the barrel was fooled. This large gap was really needed as the cartridges were not lubricated at all. So, ladies and gentlemen, this pistol is so inaccurate you have to approach the enemy to 3 meters to have a secure hit. And it's an 8. It's a great fun to shoot this pistol, but I really have to tell you that this is not the best service time I have ever handled. Look what we have here. I have 1, 2, no, this was the last shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shots from 25 meters from the rest. So this means that without the sights, I don't really think that this pistol can be effective above the range of 3 meters. Just imagine you're riding your horse and you want to shoot like this. No chance at all. But if the pistol is empty, you still have a beautiful club. For target shooting, this pistol is nothing. With the original service load, it is nearly impossible to hit the man-sized target at 25 meters, so I will have to find a new purpose for this gun. And I was thinking about skeet shooting. Why not? It's a smoothbore, it's 69 caliber. This should be okay. Let's try. We start with 60 grains of black powder. $60 grains there. We need an over powder bed. Ram it in place. We need some shot. Five. So in this case, in volume, it is now it is in the same volume of shot as the same volume of powder. So this is the very simple and easiest method of loading your black powder shotgun, and we give it an overshot lead, ram it in place, and we'll just have to prime it. And it's ready. Cool.
Mini in gomma.
Ho fatto le mini in gomma con la colla.
Abbiamo con palla di gomma, questa è gomma, non è piombo, fatto con un pezzo di carta di giornale, il becco dosatore per un 45. Allora lo impugno così, chiudo l'uscita, premo la valvola, giro il corno, mollo la valvola, giro tutto e dentro c'ho la polvere, la dose. Verso il tutto dentro, patch, poi un giorno vi facciamo vedere come si fanno le cartucce. Canne sulla prima monta, martellina aperta. Siamo abbondanti perché la pietra è nuova, potrebbe fare un fascio di scintille ancora insufficiente. Tiro il cane sulla monta di sparo. Quasi dato.
La testa è questa, è la destra, ma perché sei mai in
Muori, marrano!
Ah, la mia!
20 passi lunghi, per la mano.
T'ha preso?
Mi sono andato là sul muro.
No, queste pallette fanno così.